about to cross Blue Water Bridge into Canada. We're up here in Port Huron, which is where the GPS took us. So we didn't cross down in Detroit over the Ambassador Bridge, but drove up to Port Huron instead. And we are about to enter Canada, hopefully. Okay, we're about to pay, and it's $4 to enter Canada. We're here in Millbank, Ontario, in Mennonite country, and we are at Adame's Bakery and Restaurant, and we're going to go inside and have lunch. We're here at Adame's restaurant, and we are trying their wonderful Mennonite food. The special of the day is the pigtails, and we got a small portion of that with and some gravy, carrots, and a cheese roll. And we got a platter of their signature dish, which is a roasted chicken with mashed potatoes and gravy, a white roll, sauerkraut, and I'm going to try their chicken right now. So, wow. Hi, we're here at Adame's Bakery and Restaurant, and we're just finishing up lunch, and we saved the best part for last, which is the apple crumb pie. And I'm going to try some now. Looks amazing. Oh wow. Oh my god. Wow, that's good. Wow. We're in the museum here at the very first ever Tim Hortons. This is what the counter used to look like back in the day, and we're now going to check out the museum. Apparently they used to sell things, but they don't do that anymore. We finished a delightful lunch at Pepe Panini, and we're now going to explore Sudbury and find filming locations from both Letterkenny and Jersey. Hi, we're up here on the observation deck at the Sudbury lock in Michigan, and we're seeing a ship go through the lock. We just crossed the border from Illinois into Wisconsin, and we're here at the Mars Cheese Castle, which is right over here, and we're going to go inside and check it out. We're at the Mars Cheese Castle. We're about to have a little bit of a late lunch. A traditional BLT with an Italian wedding soup, Uzingers, Wisconsin bratwurst, and the world's best fried cheese curds. And I am about to try New Glarus Brewing Company's famous spotted cow, available only here in Wisconsin. That is some good stuff. Hi, we're at the New Glarus Brewing Company in New Glarus, Wisconsin. We recently discovered that the Hilltop location is being renovated and expanded, so we're here at their original Riverside location where they now have set up their tasting room, and we're going to go inside and check out their beers. Riverside location, we came here to try some beers, but we found the beer depot, which is full of cases of beer, and there's people in here with wagons that are actually taking entire whole wagon loads of cases down. Okay, my first taster is the Totally Naked Wisconsin Lager. You can see I've already had some, but it's nice. It's light, relatively low carbonation. Low in, I mean, it's not a complex flavor, but it's nice, refreshing beer. If you like clean lagers, well, it's pretty good. Okay, my second taster is the famous Spotted Cow, a farmhouse ale, and you can see barrel conditioned, not filtered. Oh, man, that really is good. I like that one a lot. Might have to get more of this stuff. All right, unfortunately, this is my last taster, and it's the Gyrator Doppelbock. So I think I'm going to like this one a lot, but we'll see. Yeah, that is really good. Oh. If you like stronger beers, stronger in flavor, malty beers, this is a good beer. Hi, we're at Leon's world famous frozen custard in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we are trying their frozen custard. We decided to get vanilla, chocolate, and blue moon. And this is a flavor that they say tastes kind of like the milk at the bottom of a bowl of Fruit Loops. And apparently this flavor is only known here in the Midwest, because I've never heard of it before, so I'm about to try it. Oh yeah, it kind of does. Not exactly, but it is really good. If this was available home, I would probably get this. We're actually getting to eat in Warren Buffett's private little room here at Gorat's Steakhouse. All right, we're going to leave Omaha, Nebraska today and continue on our cross-country road trip. But before we do, just had to come over here and say hi to my buddy, Chef Boyardee. Okay, we're here at Badlands National Park. We're about to go inside the visitor center. Unfortunately, it is raining and overcast and very windy, and we may not get to do all the things that we want to do here, but that's part of taking a road trip. We can't plan the weather months and months ahead of time, so. It's pretty rainy and windy here at Badlands National Park, but I'm going to go outside and brave it, and how bad could it be? The landscape out there looks amazing. Some really neat colors in the rocks, and it's still raining, but the wind died down just a little bit, and I just went out there and took some photos and video, but it's cold, and yeah, it's not nice, but still glad I'm here. Hi, we're in Sturgis, South Dakota. And it's freaking cold and windy, but I love being here. It takes me back to my old days in the MC when I used to have a 3-piece patch on my cut, and I used to ride a hog, and I had an old lady too. Okay, we're standing here in front of the site of historic Saloon Number 10, where Wild Bill Hickok was shot in the back while holding the famous dead man's hand, 2 8s and 2 aces. Hi, we're across the street from the Bullock Hotel, and Bullock was a real guy. He was Wild Bill Hickok's best friend, and he was the one who caught the guy that murdered him. You guys remember that Bullock guy? Well, right here is where he caught the man who shot and killed Wild Bill Wind Cave National Park in South Dakota. Unfortunately, we missed the last guided tour of the cave, so we can't actually go inside. But we did find one of the natural openings to the cave, and there are times of the day where the air comes out, it's exhaling, or it goes in, it's inhaling. Right now we can tell that it's exhaling because we can actually feel the cool air from inside the cave coming out, and you can see the leaves down there moving with the air coming out. Having breakfast here at Perkins, a chain that we don't have back in California. This is our first time. Michelle got the classic breakfast of bacon and eggs, hash browns and toast. And I had the brioche French toast platter with sausage. And here's our bottomless carafe of coffee. Hi, we're walking the Devil's Tower Trail here, which is paved and is really nice. It goes actually all the way around, we think, but due to time constraints, we're heading over to Montana. We just don't have enough time, but we're walking a little bit closer so we can get some nicer shots of Devil's Tower. We are continuing up the trail toward Devil's Tower, and we just saw this right here. There are some prayer bundles and prayer cloths that you're not supposed to disturb, but they're right over there. We've gone up about as far as we're going to go because we don't have any time to go any further, but I just want to show you how big some of these fallen rocks are. Visitor Center suggested we come up a unpaved dirt road, short distance, to this scenic overlook, and it was well worth it because we got probably one of the nicest views of Devil's Tower of any of the locations that we've been to. So there it is. Hi, it's a rainy morning here in Billings, Montana, and before we leave the city and continue on our road trip, we're stopping here at this place that gets great reviews on Yelp, and we're going to try it for breakfast. Okay, well, I guess we're really lucky because this place is supposedly really, really busy, but we got our table and we got our food already. I got the combo with the sunny side up eggs, the bacon, and a cream cheese filled crepe with huckleberry topping. And Michelle got the signature dish, which is their cinnamon roll. And just look at how big this thing is. We're in the Shoshone National Forest on the Buffalo Bill Cody Scenic Byway, and we decided to take a look around here. It's a beautiful place to stop. You can see the snow still on the mountains behind me, and then over here is the Shoshone River, and you can see the rapids over there in the distance. Heading toward Yellowstone, and we decided to stop right here to take a look at Buffalo Bill's Reservoir, and we're going to go down and check out the visitor center and the dam. Hi, we're here at the Buffalo Bill Dam. There's no parking lot here. It's some distance away, and there's a couple of guys, volunteers, who have little golf carts and are shuttling people back and forth. So we just arrived here at the visitor center from the parking lot, and we're going to go inside and check it out. Hi, we're in the visitor center, and down there you can see the original road that led from Cody over to Yellowstone. on top of the Buffalo Bill Dam. Over there is the Buffalo Bill Reservoir, and that way is Yellowstone. And then here is the river going down toward Dakota. We're back in Yellowstone. We're just cutting through the park, and we're going to pop out the south end and go back past the Grand Teton National Park, and we're going to go to Jackson. Hi, we're in Yellowstone at the Corkscrew Bridge Scenic Viewpoint, and it's about the middle of May right now, and it's winter wonderland out here. Hi, we're in Yellowstone National Park, and we just passed over Sylvan Pass, which is about 8,000 feet or even higher, coming down the other side. And there in the distance you can see Yellowstone Lake, or Lake Yellowstone, whichever it's called. And it's covered in snow here. It's the middle of May, and it's like a winter wonderland, even though it's nowhere near winter. We made it down here to Lake Yellowstone, or Yellowstone Lake, whichever one it's called, and you can see that there's a layer of ice and snow across the surface of the lake with only a little bit of water visible. I wouldn't go out there, I wouldn't step on it, but it seems to be mostly covered. Hi, we're at Steamboat Point, a thermal area here on the edge of Yellowstone Lake, and we're going to go over and check out the thermal features, and the smell of sulfur is really bad in the area. From here you can really smell the sulfurous gases coming out, and you can see the steam coming up, and wow, it smells like rotten eggs here, but it's really cool to see this and to hear it. We just cut through Yellowstone National Park, exited the south entrance, and about 7 miles further to the south, we're now at the entrance of the Grand Teton National Park. Hi. Last time we were here in Grand Teton National Park, it was overcast, gloomy, dark, and drizzled a little bit, and the tops of the Grand Tetons were all covered in fog. Today, of course, it's still cold, breezy, but as you can see, no rain, and we've got the nice fluffy clouds. You see the snow on top of the Grand Tetons, and it looks a lot more impressive. So, happy to stop here again. we're on our way to St. George in Utah, and we took a detour in a very rural part of southern Utah, and we stumbled upon this massacre memorial, and we didn't even know it existed. Apparently in 1857, there was a wagon train of settlers left Arkansas and were heading to California, and they were attacked here, ambushed basically by Mormon militia and their Indian recruits. Most of them never made it. There were some children that survived, and they wound up being sent to their relatives all the way back in Arkansas. But there's several memorials here in the area, and the gravesite behind me, and you'll notice there's an Arkansas flag flying there. And we've just checked it out, and we just learned something new today. This is something we had no idea about. We're in southwestern Utah in a little place called Veyo, and we found Veyo pies on YouTube, and we're going to go inside and check it out. Okay, the pie shop is basically a takeout place. They do have full pies and slices available, ready to go. Outside here, there's some tables, including some covered ones, and so we're going to be out here. We're going to be enjoying this slice of pie, which is a sour cream lemon. In the short space of time it took us to eat our one slice of pie, a bunch of cars have pulled up and people have gone inside to pick up their pies. So the place is obviously very popular, but it's nowhere near a major highway or anything, so bookmark it. You're going to have to drive a little ways away from St. George to visit Veyo and this great little pie shop. Hi, we're going to have dinner now at Viva Chicken, a Peruvian chicken joint. We have a place back in Southern California called Pollo Campero, and we're going to compare to see how they compare. Okay, we decided to get a whole chicken, which comes with 3 family sides, and our choice for those were the canary beans, the fried rice, which we were told is really fantastic, and the Peruvian corn salad. There's also 3 signature sauces available, the yellow, which is mild, the green, which is medium, and the red, which is hot. We're about to try this out. It looks fantastic, and I think it's probably going to taste fantastic too. Hi, we just finished our dinner here at Viva Chicken. We like the food a lot. We said earlier that we were going to compare it to Pollo Campero. I think Pollo Campero is a little bit better, but the food here was okay. I would eat here again if we were back in St. George.